So did you know that you can find out your homework without having to log in to show my homework? I'm going to show you how, and this might be quite useful for your parents if they're wanting to check on what homework you've got. So you can see from the screen that I'm on the Moodle site, and I've not bothered to log in because I don't need to. Let me just close this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Parents in this case, and I'm going to click on the Show My Homework link. And when I click on the link, I'm taken to Parent School's Show My Homework site. And what I see in front of me is the homework calendar for the whole school. Not for your year, but every single piece of homework that has been given. You can see that it is centered on this week. In fact, it's Sunday when I'm doing this, so here's the last week. And if I click on this arrow, I can go back to the previous week. And if I click on the next arrow, I can go forward to the next week. Now, if you haven't signed in, you cannot actually see homework that is coming up. So that is probably one of the drawbacks of this if you've not actually got a username and password. But what do we see here? Well, just as been explained to you before, the items that are in red are homework that has been set and has now gone past the day that you were meant to hand it in. The items in green are current homework, and they are the homeworks that are set actually on that day. The numbers indicate how many days left you have got to do that homework. So if I just click on a random homework like myself, it was set on the 12th. If I click on it, you can see it's due on the 19th of September. So I've got 4 days left, and that number will go down every time you open it on a different day. So I'm opening it on Sunday, it's due on Thursday, that's got 4 days. So if you haven't got a login detail or a username, how can you find the homework that's due for you? Well, if I go up to here, you can see that we've got these boxes with features in them that we can use to what's called filter this list of homework down. And there are 4 different ways you can do it. Now, my recommendation would be to filter first of all by the year and then by the subject. I would go to the teachers, because you know who your teacher is, and then lastly I would go to all classes. And the reason being is that what we use here for the classes is a special code, and sometimes it's a little bit tricky to work out exactly what it means. You might be able to guess that MA is maths and IT is IT, RE is RE, but sometimes it's a little confusing exactly which class we're talking about. Now, a couple of things before we go filtering is this. If I click on all subjects, you'll notice that not all the subjects are here, and that's because it only shows a list of those subjects that have put homework in. So at the moment you can't see that there is a homework for, oh gosh, I don't know, transformational learning. There's no homework set yet for transformational learning. And the same goes for all classes. You can see not just all the classes, but again, only those classes that have been set homework. And you can see that Year 8 and Year 9 haven't yet been set homework, because when I've been doing this, this video, they have been at Calshot and at Paris. Teachers, again, not all the teachers yet have set homework, and again, because it's the start of term and some teachers have been away at Calshot and in Paris. So let's start filtering this screen. I'm going to filter it for my subject, for IT, and for me, and for Year 7. So I'll start by doing all years, Year 7, and you can see that it changes, and straight away it narrows it down. So in this case, because we only started putting homework on, you can see that there's not many there. So let's go to all subjects and click on ICT, Key Stage 3. There we go. And you can see actually there's not much I need to do next because they're all mine. Now for you, the tricky bit might be to work out which subject it is, but as IT is only once a week, you'll know that if you're in Thursday's class, you're this one, the 2 Friday classes that are there. You could always email me if you're not sure. So anyway, for your parents, that might be quite an effective way for you to, for them to see what homework you've got. So how do we unfilter this to go back to the main bit? Well, simply click on here and click up to all subjects. And then same with this one, click on here and go to all years. Okay. If your parents would like to have a note of which particular subject class that you're in. I do believe that it's on your timetable, or they can contact your tutor. But we hope to have usernames and passwords set aside for parents sometime before half term. I don't think really there's any more possibly that you need to know. We could talk about the different colours in terms of the different tasks you've been set, but really this is just about you finding out what your homework is. I suppose the last thing to do is to click on one of these boxes so you can see what the homework is. Well, if I just click on myself here, you can see you've got a brief outline of what the homework is, but if I click on View Details, you get far more information. So you can see exactly what it is it says, some explanation about how long it will take, how I would like you to hand it in, and then normally at the bottom there's a list of things to help you. So in this case I've put in a PowerPoint which you can click on and download, but I've also put a link to a website where you can get some more information. And what you should see, for example, for work that you need, you should see links to the Moodle course, so you can go and find more information there. Is there anything else? Well, you could print this homework if you wanted to, and that's probably about it. Let's click back on Home, and that will take us back to the main page, which is the page that most of you will see when you log in. So that is how to use the Parent School calendar when you haven't got a login. If you've got any more questions about them, either contact myself or your tutor, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay.